Hi everyone, this is Irma. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to continue on with Isaiah, and it's Isaiah 14. But first I'm going to go I'm going to jump a little bit ahead, and I'm going to do a short portion of Isaiah 54:17 because it is so needed right now in this world. So we can decree and declare it, and for us and our families. So here we go. Okay, Isaiah 54:17. It says, "No weapon that is formed against you will prevail, and you will condemn every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness which is from me, says Yahweh." So we have to keep that in our minds, that no weapon formed against us will prosper at all. So, okay. And now we're going to go back to Isaiah 14. That's where we're at. So let's continue. Okay. Here we go. Okay, ready? "For Yahweh will have compassion on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. The foreigner will join himself with them, and they will unite with the house of Jacob. The peoples will take them and bring them to their place. The house of Israel will possess them in Yahweh's land for servants and for handmaids. They will take as captives those whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It will happen in the day of that Yahweh will give you rest from your sorrow, from your trouble, and from the hard service in which you were made to serve. That you will take up this parable against king of Babylon and say, how the oppressor has ceased, the golden city has ceased. Yahweh has broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers, who struck the peoples in wrath with a continual stroke, who ruled the nations in anger, with the persecution that none restrained. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break out song. Yes, the fir trees rejoice with you, with the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since you were humbled, no lumberjack has come up against us. Sheol from beneath has moved for you to meet you at your coming. It stirs up the dead for you, even all the rulers of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. They all will answer and ask you, have you also become as weak as we are? Have you become like us? Your pomp is brought down to Sheol with the sound of your stringed instruments. And I believe Sheol means like hell, pretty much. Okay. It says, maggots are spread out under you and worms cover you. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. How you are cut down to the ground, who laid the nations low. You said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mountain of assembly in the far north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, to the depths of the pit. Those who see you will stare at you. They will ponder you, saying, is this the man who made the earth to tremble, who shook kingdoms, who made the world like a wilderness and overthrew its cities, who didn't release his prisoners to take their home? All the kings of the nations sleep in glory, everyone in his own house. But you are cast away from your tomb like an abominable branch, clothed with the slain, who are thrust through with the sword, who go down to the stones of the pit, like a dead body trodden underfoot. You will not join them in burial, because you have destroyed your land. You have killed your people. The seed of evildoers will not be named forever. Prepare for slaughter of his children because of the iniquity of their fathers, that they not rise up and possess the earth, and fill the surface of the world with cities. I will rise up against them, says Yahweh of armies, and cut off from Babylon name and remnant, and son's son, says Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the porcupine and pools of water. I will sweep it with the broom of destruction, says Yahweh of armies. Yahweh of armies has sworn, saying, Surely as I have thought, so shall it happen, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, and tread him underfoot on my mountains. Then his yoke will leave them, and his burden leave their shoulders. This is the plan that is determined for the whole earth. This is the hand that is stretched out over all the nations. For Yahweh of armies has planned, and who can stop it? His hand is stretched out, and who can turn it back? This burden was in the year that King Ahaz died. Don't rejoice, O Philistia, all of you, because the rod that struck you is broken. For out of the serpent's root an adder will emerge, and his fruit will be a fiery flying serpent. The firstborn of the poor will eat, and the needy will lie down in safety, and I will kill your root with famine, and your remnant will be killed. Howl, gate, cry, city, you are melted away, Philistia, all of you, for smoke comes out of the north, and there is no straggler in his ranks. What will they answer the messengers of the nation, that Yahweh has founded Zion, and in her afflicted of his people will take refuge? And in her the afflicted of his people will take refuge. Okay. That was 14. And then 15 is a little bit short, so let's do this. Okay. Chapter 15. The burden of Moab, for in a night Ar of Moab is laid waste and brought to nothing, for in a night Kir of Moab is laid waste and brought to nothing. They have gone up to Baith and to Dibon, to the high places, to weep. Moab wails over Nebo and over Medeba. Baldness is on all of their heads, every beard is cut off. In their streets they clothe themselves in sackcloth. In their streets and on their housetops everyone wails, weeping abundantly. Heshbon cries out with Eliale. Their voice is heard even to Jehaz. Therefore the armed men of Moab cry aloud, their souls tremble within them. My heart cries out to Moab, for her nobles flee to Zor, the Eglath Shelishiyah. At least I'm trying. Okay, for they go up by the ascent of Luhith with weeping, for in the way of Horonaim they rise up, a cry of destruction. For the waters of Nimrim will be desolate, for the grass has withered away, and the tender grass fails. There is no green thing. Therefore they will carry away the abundance they have gotten, and that which they have stored up over the brook of the willows, for the cry has gone around the borders of Moab, its wailing to Eglium, and its wailing to Beer Elim. For the waters of Dimon are full of blood, for I will bring yet more on Dimon, a lion on those of Moab who escape, and on the remnant of the land. So all these places they could actually be found back in the Middle East, every single one of them. They changed their names, they call them, differently. But and some of them are still the same actually, so they're still there if you want to look through. Okay, so that was chapter 14 and 15, and he's still talking about judgment on these two. So, wow. And also I want to read one more for you. Matthew 18:6. Let's go to that. Matthew 18:6. Okay. I wanted to read this one because the little ones are on my mind today, and this talks about that. So let's read this. Okay. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it would be better for him that a huge millstone should be hung around his neck, and that he should be sunk in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of occasions of stumbling, for it must be that the occasions come, but woe to that person through whom the occasion comes. If your hand or your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off and cast it from you. It is better for you to enter into life maimed or crippled rather than having 2 hands and 2 feet to be cast into the eternal fire. So when he's talking about life on this one, he's talking about the second life, because we have our physical life, but then we also have our spiritual. And in the spiritual, there's going to be the second life, and when you go to heaven. So he's saying it's better for people to not have that and go into their life in that way. So we have to protect the little ones. We have to take care of them, and that's about it for today. It's a little bit more somber, but hopefully we can all be in prayer, and don't forget to put your full armor of God every day, and then read Psalm 91 and declare it for you and your family. And those are things that have to be happening right now. So, and the ecclesia is supposed to get together. Everyone get together at this time. You're not supposed to stay away from each other. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about that. Don't neglect the gathering together of yourselves. So, anyways. Okay, well, I hope you have a great day, and try and share, and then thumb it up that you like it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and so that way it's shared to more places. There's a few of the Bible verses that I have read in the past that are really good, so hopefully other people can see those too. So, okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.